Hi, I'm Margaret and welcome to Garden School. Today I'm on a little trip to the Oregon coast and I stopped at a place where we can access the beach, and there's some cool caves here, and there's some really interesting things in these caves that have been carved out by wave action. I see ferns that are growing on the roof and the walls of this cave. Let's take a look.
So here's one of these caves that are...
Now these caves down here on this beach are formed by wave action, and they're just hollowed out right into the solid rock. And in the crevices and cracks there are little plants, and I see ferns. There's just virtually no soil here. Just maybe a little bit of debris. It's way above the tide line, the high tide line at this point. But somehow these ferns have managed to grow and to even, I would say, thrive here. Now, it is a pretty harsh environment. Not a lot of light, and the salt spray to deal with as well. Well, I had to do a little bit of research, and I think that fern that I was seeing growing out of a crack in a solid rock in a cave on a beach, an ocean beach, is probably a western sword fern. There are a number of subspecies or varieties of western sword fern, very common one here in the Pacific Northwest. Typically we would find that in a wooded area where it's semi-shade, where there is some moisture, although sometimes the trees are utilizing all of the moisture there, or just about all the moisture, and so the upper layers of the forest floor are pretty dry, and the western sword fern can do very well and can adapt to that kind of situation. I think maybe the odd and irregular pinnae that I was seeing on the fronds growing on those was perhaps due to being in a salt spray environment. I don't know. And to really truly identify it, I would want to get a sample, which I couldn't do because it was up on the roof, up pretty high on that cave wall. And also I was in a state park where we shouldn't be doing sampling like that. But that's what I'm going to say is probably a western sword fern that has adapted to what we would consider a pretty harsh environment. Water was accessible and it was semi-shade, but not a lot of soil there, and also to have to deal with that salt spray from the ocean. Just goes to show you how adaptable some plants can be, and that they might not be found in the typical environment. So you may have to do a little research when you're trying to ID something. Well, I hope you're able to find some adaptable ferns in your environment. There's always more to learn in the garden. Bye-bye.